KD's got 11 points in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
And also a big factor has been their rim protection. They've been very active, rotating to the basketball quickly. Just great effort so far on that end.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
KD looking around. And the layup's good off the glass. Durant's got 27.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Here's Quickly. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
KD against Barrett. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. He has 29.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And so it's the Houston Rockets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this.
Good to see you, and welcome.
They're getting steamrolled, giving up too many points in the paint.
And it's just not the rim protection. You have to stay in front of.
Okay, guys, now let's see what the fans are buzzing about over on social media. And Hooper No Bloopers wants to know, it seems like you guys have a blast working together. How much do you love your jobs?
Best job in the world, getting.
Thanks for spending half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Rockets leading by 20. Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. Thompson is out there with Durant, and it's Van Vliet in at the small forward. And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well-deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for, a 3-level elite scorer.
Shot clock at 3. Quickly with a wide-open look. No good on the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Stolen by Quickly. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Pass to Barrett. And it's blocked by Şengün.
And Şengün got himself in great position, used that length to deny him at the rim.
Durant for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. KD's got 34.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Stolen by Durant. Lets it go with a 3. Trains the three-pointer. Durant's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Rockets.
And that's back-to-back 3s. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Quickly, and it's sent back by KD.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Quickly against Van Vliet. Back to Quickly to stop the run, and Durant sends it back. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Chicago, they ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And when I look at Houston, they are the team we expected to be here. Taking the top spot come playoff time, this is the team to beat.
Clock at 4. Barnes finds quickly. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
A nice shot by KD.
Anytime KD gets that look, it's a great possession for this team.
Quickly the pass to Pirtle. Here's Dick. Quickly setting the pick for Dick. Barnes outside. Outside Barrett. And it's blocked by Şengün.
Using that length, Şengün timing the block.
For the 3. Cranes it from beyond the arc. KD's got 42 in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Van Vliet brings the double team. Stolen by Durant. By himself. Whoa!
Unreal.
The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. That's tipped. And he drives in. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
Here's Quickly. Misses and the dry spell continues.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down, get high percentage looks, and then D up.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Pirtle finds Dick. Back to Pirtle. The kick out to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Rockets. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Dick. Back to Barrett. Pirtle with a screen on Van Vliet. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Jacks up a 3. No good on the shot. And so it's the Houston Rockets, able to put on a show for the ages. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
KD, you were able to clamp down defensively as the game wore on. What was the key there?
Well, we stayed patient. We could touch the shots. They hit some tough ones early on. And I think in the pick and roll, we made a solid adjustment. And we turned that around. Coach made a great adjustment, and we was able to get rebounds and go.
The patience was so important. It paid off. Thanks, KD.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kevin Durant.
The buzz is building from the sports-crazed town of Boston, Massachusetts. And while it's maybe too early in the year to get a true sense of the league's pecking order, Stan, when does that start to take shape?
Well, not for a while. Once all the teams have played each other and we've seen all the possible matchups, then we'll start to get a better idea.
So the Houston starting five. Inside, Smith and Şengün. Kevin Durant is out there with Thompson, and it's Van Vliet in at the 3, the small forward. Fires it from 18. Durant with the bucket.
And KD getting to his spot there. He thrives in the mid-range.
Pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Oh, Durant with a steal. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. Okay, Shams, thank you.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I spoke with Boston's head coach earlier. We talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back over to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Brown passes to Simons. And here's Tatum. Can they get it? Here's Kata. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
To the middle. And it's Simons missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
And Durant gets it to go.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
Outside White. Outside Tatum. This one for 3. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Well, you got to say, he was due to sink one. 4th time's the charm.
Stan, looking back on the 2017 draft, at the time, you believed Jason Tatum was the best prospect.
And with hindsight, BA, that seems obvious. But back then, Markelle Fultz was the consensus #1 pick. Credit the Celtics for trading back and getting their guy.
And it's Tatum missing.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Got it. Durant's got 20 points.
He's rolling. The best start to a game you could hope for.
Celtics trail by 15. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Pritchard's checked in for Simons. And then for Houston, Eason comes in for Smith. And it's Shepard in for Van Vliet. Outside, Brown. Fires the 3. Boston, no good that time either.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown. And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Şengün with a double team. White finds Brown. And that time also a missed shot.
Looking to answer the 3 from the other end. Maybe too eager there.
And that one's good by Durant.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And Boston with some changes. Boucher's checked in for Queta. Minot comes in for Tatum. And it's Hauser in for Brown. And then for Houston, Okogie comes in for Amen Thompson. And Holiday subbed in for Shepard.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. From 11 feet away, yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. 28 points for him.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Pass to Minot. Down low. Here's Hauser. Oh, denied by Durant. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Got it up. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Rockets. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up.
Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. For three, Durant sinks the tray. Durant's got 31.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Oh, denied by Durant.
And for all the attention his offense gets, never question Durant's ability at the defensive end.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter, mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And the Rockets with possession. They're on a 13-5 run. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense, it's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Brown against Durant. On the wing, Simons. Back to White. Shot clock at 6. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Durant with it. Now guarded by Simons. Basket's good. Durant's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Back to Brown. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Houston leading by 22. Durant inside, defended by Brown. And it's slammed in by Durant.
You look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Boucher outside.